I bought some steel. Every other YouTuber's got steel. I had to buy some steel. And what are we looking at right now? We are looking at the Wilson Combat EDC X9. Now, I want to tell y'all, I bought this gun, and I'll probably put a video up before this video so you can go back and watch it, explaining what I'm fixing to talk about right here in more depth. So when I bought this gun, it had a lot of play, and it still has a little bit of play right there, but you could shake it and hear the gun rattle, and the frame was like off 0.6 of an inch. So I sent it back to Wilson Combat, and they actually replaced the frame. That's the quick part of the story. And then I had them to do some other stuff like optics cut, different sights, mag well. They refinished everything. The gun came back basically, essentially, you know, brand spanking new. I did buy this gun used. I do want to tell you that. I did buy it used, but it came back essentially, basically brand new. Listen to this. Oh, so smooth. I just want you to look at this gun. Look at this. We just look at that. It is beautiful. Beautiful. Now, this is kind of like Wilson Combat's take on a 2011, sort of, because this thing came with 15 round magazines, and being used, I think I got 4 or 5 15 round magazines with it. But since I put the magwell on it, the 18 rounders actually fit a little better. So this thing is very comparable to the size of a Staccato C2 with 18 round magazines versus the Staccato's 16 rounders. Now you can get 20 rounders that'll fit in, but it hangs out pretty far. But look at this. Have you ever seen anything so cool in your life? Where that magwell is recessed right there, raised, it has the Wilson Combat logo on the magazines that you can see underneath the cutout. Oh, and then these pewter Wilson Combat medallions on it. Now this thing does have like an X pattern, as you can see right there. It's on the front and the rear, and you wouldn't think that would be very aggressive. I mean, if you look at those cuts right there, you just wouldn't think it would be real aggressive, but it actually is. This thing is pretty amazing how they got that to be that aggressive. It blows my mind. And the way they angled the top of this slide right here, it's very easy to get a hold. Just listen to that. It's just so smooth. It is very easy to get a hold of the front and rack it like I do. Now, I want to tell you, the grip is perfect. With this magwell on it, the way my hands fit in there, it actually hits that magwell and pushes my hand up on the back of this firearm and just fits like a glove. Just like a glove. I mean, it is awesome. The only negative to this firearm that I've found, I'm having a very hard time finding appendix, like sidecar style holsters that will fit this with a light. Now, I probably wouldn't carry this light if I was going to carry it like that. Appendix style, I would put like a TLR 7A on it. That is my preferred carry light, just because it doesn't stick out past the muzzle, and it makes it a little easier to move if you don't have this big Surefire X300 sticking out at the end. But let's go ahead and talk about the one thing that makes this pistol so refined and so amazing. All right, again, we're empty. Look at that bevel, or that recess in that crown. Look at that. That is amazing. Let me wipe that off. Hang on just a second. It doesn't deserve to be that dirty while you're looking at it. I can't get all of it off because I don't have anything to clean it with, but look at that. Look at, oh my gosh. That is a masterpiece work right there. That makes this pistol worth it. And you know, there's probably about $5,000 right here. Yeah, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. Is the gun worth it? Well, let's put a few rounds downrange, not on the steel, just on some paper. Let's get some accuracy test out of this. I did tweak the optic a little bit. They probably had it sighted in at 25 yards, but my personal defense guns, I usually sight in about 10 to 12 yards because you're probably not going to be much further than that in a self-defense situation. And then if you need to shoot out to 20, 25, you can still do that with that kind of zero. So they probably zeroed it at 25, and it was shooting a little low at like 10 to 12. So I did raise it just a little bit, but let me throw up a target and let's just see. Before we do that, let's check this out. Let's check out the trigger. Now, I do want to point something else out before we get to this. When I say this is their take on a 2011, it does not have a back strap. It does have a beaver tail, an upswept beaver tail, but it doesn't, not a back strap, but it doesn't have a grip safety. Sorry, it doesn't have a grip safety. Like your 2011 or your standard 2011s will have, like basically, your staccatos or the new Prodigy from Springfield, which I wouldn't own, but it doesn't have that. And I'm not knocking Springfield because they're Springfield. I own some Springfields. I'm knocking them because they put this gun on the market and there's been a ton of people having issues with it. So I would not buy one of them until they get that straightened out. I think they're on the right path with a $1,500 2011, but we need to get it working first. And a lot of people say if you put staccato magazines in it, it makes it work. So get rid of whatever magazines you're using and go to a decent magazine, I guess. But again, it does not have your grip safety back here, but it does have your ambi traditional 1911 safeties on the side. All right, let's check out the trigger. There's a little bit of take up right there, just a little bit, and then it breaks. Oh, it is so light. I forgot to check how light it was on my scale. I'll try to put it at the bottom here so you can see it, but it is just amazing. This trigger is just beautiful. And I know they have a couple other models of this that don't have these grip these scales on the side of it right here, the grip panels. It's just like one made in piece, but for me, I prefer those. I like how this gun feels with those, and I just prefer the way it looks with these. But without further ado, let's set up a target and let's see what we can do with this little thing. 10 yards. I always pull the first shot. Oh my gosh, but I didn't ride the slide release. I always pull the first shot. I don't know why that is. First shot, 4 shots. Always. I don't know why. Maybe I'm anticipating that first shot. I feel like I've shot enough that I don't anticipate that first shot, but obviously something happens because majority of my accuracy videos, I throw the first shot and then just group the second. That sucks. But you can see from the other 4 shots that this gun is incredible. I mean, it is incredible. So incredible, I'm going to shoot it some more. Very easy to transition. Don't know where it should be ricocheting down, but I feel like it's going up. The target's angled down, but I guess it's just a bullet splattering when it hits up there and it's going everywhere. But I'll take you up here and show you. So I was just bouncing back and forth. I was tearing out bigger holes here, a couple of extra shots around, but it was all in this shoot and see. And then over here, I was going for head shots and just popping it good right there. So this pistol is very easy to shoot and very accurate. It is. Now I do want to say this. So, and I rode the slide stop again on that last round. And I did, I rode it. I sure did ride it. Right there it is. You can see if I touch it, it goes back down. That's an issue I'm having with it. Now I do also want to say, as you can see right here, this slide release is extended, and I do get a very high grip on the gun, which actually touches that, which is probably what's doing it. Again, if I show it to you this way, it's very easy to see. Let me see here, that this is actually extended out. Does make it easier to hit both directions. Again, Wilson Combat EDC X9 is an amazing pistol. It shoots awesome, as you've seen. It's very easy to transition from targets back and forth. It shoots flat. The sights are easily found. It is very oily right now, and my RMR is covered in gun oil. And that's the way he shipped it back, because a lot of, let me tell you this right now, a lot of 1911 style pistols or 2011s, they need to run wet. So that's one reason that they stay so smooth and just glide, and why they're reliable. When they start getting dry, that's when you start usually having issues with 1911 or 2011 style pistols. But again, guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video. This is an amazing pistol, and if you want to carry this, you know, I say go for it. I don't think you'll have any issues with it, but in the end, just think about what it may cost you if you ever, you know, had to use it. Heaven forbid, you may be out $5,000. Go buy a Glock or a Sig. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.